Before you upgrade that old car, or any other belonging for that matter, ask yourself, other than money, what is this going to cost me? And, it sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? How can something cost more than money? That is the currency that we exchange for goods. Well, before you commit to that car, that thing, whatever it is, ask yourself these three questions, right? Number one, how much time am I spending to buy this? Not money, how much time? So I'll give you an example. If we concentrate on cars for the moment, the average car payment is now around £420 a month over a 5-year period. Let me word that a slightly less palatable way. The average car payment is nearly 1 week of take-home pay for an average earner. For a car that at the end of that deal will likely be handed back with nothing left to show. You're working almost a quarter of your month just to pay for that car. Imagine how much people would be willing to pay to add an extra week to every single month. Imagine the freedom that would afford. So why then do we sell it off so cheaply? By doing so, we also sell the experiences that could have been. The additional time to spend with family, the time spent on that hobby that you love so much, out fishing, whatever it happens to be. That sport that you wish you had more time to get involved with. Whatever it happens to be for you, whatever makes you tick. We forego it when we sign that contract, when we commit to that payment. And the great travesty about this is we're substituting these deeply fulfilling experiences with what's essentially a cheap dopamine hit when we pursue that new hot car, that new hot thing. The same biology in dopamine triggers that evolved to help our ancestors, take down wildebeests and conquer new lands is now being exploited to sell us a new JQ. So ask yourself, how much time am I spending to buy this thing? Is it truly worth it? The second question is, will what you're buying be as useful as what you have now? So, I'll give you an example, right? Take a look at my phone. It's pretty beaten up, it's full of scratches, it's getting a bit rough around the edges, it's well used. And because of that, it actually has more utility to me. So if it was brand new, pristine, I'd never shine it as a torch under a car. I'd never use it for something where I could get a mark on it. I'd never throw it in a pocket full of screws. I'd get precious over it. It becomes this thing for me to stress about keeping in perfect, pristine condition. And I don't want that. It's the exact same situation with cars. If you've got this flawless car, not a mark on it, and you're paying a substantial amount of money for it every single month, you are naturally going to be very protective of it. If someone crashes into it, it's the end of the world. If it gets a trolley ding, week ruined, bad mood for days. However, if you've got an older car, or phone in this case, you're kind of liberated from it. You're liberated from the burden of wanting to keep it perfect. If it gets another little stone chip, if it gets a scratch on it, who cares? You're not even going to notice, really, are you? And, I've had people tell me, they'll say, for a car guy, you're really laid back when it comes to your car. You don't seem to mind, what happens to it. When they see my big dog hop in the back of it or peer in the back window, it's just full up to the windows with car parts or tools or whatever it is. The truth is, it's not really that I'm that laid back. It's that when you don't have the burden of a big payment or keeping it absolutely pristine, you don't need to worry about it so much. So ask yourself, is what you're buying actually as useful as what you have now? Is it going to have the same utility to you? Now, third, And perhaps the most important question in this list, will buying this thing, whatever this thing is that's caught your eye, will buying it trap me in some way? In this life, we're all going to take incorrect steps from time to time. We're not always going to do things perfect. Sometimes we make decisions that lead us down a path we realise we never should have been on. Maybe it's some, crap job that you wind up stuck in, some artificially lit office doing something that you just, you hate. It's like a prison, and your debts, they are the guards that hold you there. If you've got this loan and that loan and you've got student debt to pay, you've got the mortgage, then you've got the car payment, you took on that new car, you are stuck. You've got yourself stuck. The option of leaving, setting up that little business that you've always dreamed about, it's just not going to happen. I've got this friend, right? I'm sure he won't mind me mentioning because I've told him 1,000 times. He makes incredible furniture. He gets this reclaimed wood, and he uses resin, and the work that he puts into this is just incredible. He puts his heart and soul into it because it's his passion. It never feels like work to him. I think he has a hard time making that switch, thinking what I'm doing here, someone is going to value it as well. Someone's going to pay money for this. It's a business, because he just sees it as his passion. There absolutely could be an utterly fulfilling business there for him, but like so many, he's got the huge mortgage, he's got the double car payment, the loan, the credit card. That means he's just not able to allow himself that window of time to give it a try, to get that business started and on the road. He's stuck, and he knows it. It's a perfect example of the things that you own ending up owning you. In a world where marketing is transcending basic appeal and it's targeting the deeply wired reward systems in our brain, the dopamine systems and so on, it takes more discipline than ever to not go out there and upgrade, buy the new thing, keep on that consumer treadmill. It takes so much discipline. Now, if you do wind up simplifying your life a bit, ditching the car payment, ditching the finance payments, then please do have a look around the channel. I make a lot of videos on which used cars are really good to buy and which are not so good to buy. And also our channel sponsor, Vehicle Score. These guys here, they provide background checks on cars for completely free. So it'll give you some of the important information. You don't need to part with a penny. They also do paid ones as well, but I'll leave that up to you whether you want to have a look at them. There is a 20% discount voucher in the description below, but as I say, up to you on that one. And as ever, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to share this with someone that you think maybe needs to hear it. Someone on the cusp of taking on that £500 a month car payment, for instance. If you wouldn't mind, please do hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little hype button as well. YouTube goes crazy for that at the moment. And I'll see you in a few days' time. Take care.